walking or driving, and all of a sudden you realize you don't remember the last 10 minutes of how you got to where you are? Does this happen to you guys? Happen to everyone here? This happens to me all the time. And I come to find out it's actually quite common. In fact, most people are mentally checked out about 46.9% of the time. That's almost 50% of the time. That means that on any given day, at any given time, any given person, there's a 50% chance that they're paying attention to what's going on around them. So if I were to select one of you at random, there's a 50% chance that you're even paying attention to me right now. Given that we're checked out roughly 50% of the time, have you ever wondered what might you be missing as you wander around kind of oblivious to your surroundings? In 2007, I was living and working in DC. It was a cold January morning. I remember I had to put on my black pea coat to wear into work because everybody in DC in the winter wears a black pea coat, just to see black pea coats going in and out of work. And I went to the metro station or the subway station to catch my train, and there was a musician playing. Now this isn't unusual. There are musicians playing all over the subway system in DC. In fact, they have them here in Chicago too. Have you seen the musicians playing at the L stops? Have you ever stopped and listened to them? I didn't back then, but I do now. Because what I didn't know back then was the musician playing at my metro station back in DC was a world-renowned violinist, Joshua Bell.
Oh.
That particular day, he was playing Bach. He played for 45 minutes, or so I read later on abcnews.com. One of the pieces that he played was one of the most intricate pieces of music ever written, and I was completely oblivious. He played for 45 minutes, and at the end of 45 minutes, no one applauded. He had made $32. Now this is a man who typically when he performs to sold-out theaters. And tickets to his show go for about $100 a seat. But not on this day, not in the metro. Over 1,000 people walked by. Over 1,000. How many do you think stopped and listened?
32.
32?
Yeah.
10? Very close. 6. 6 people out of over 1,000 stopped to listen. And just to think, if they had actually stopped to listen, they might have gotten to hear one of the greatest musicians currently in the world. Now are you starting to wonder, what might you be missing as you are wandering around day to day? What could be going on in your surroundings? In 2010, July, here in Chicago, a woman wanted to know, how would people respond if suddenly a tree made of money showed up in downtown Chicago? So what she did was, she took $100 bills and she pinned them to the leaves and the branches of a tree. Now, everyone here is a Chicagoan. What would you do in that situation? What would you do if there was a tree with money pinned to it on the street?
Find a ladder.
Find a ladder? Mm-hmm.
Take a photo.
Take a photo. Mm-hmm. Anyone else? Take it. Take it? Mm-hmm. Sure. What do you think these people did?
Walk right by.
Walked right by it. And just to give you an idea, this wasn't a tree that was kind of off to a side. In the video, there are people walking down the sidewalk pushing the branches with dollar bills out of their face, completely unaware of the money in the tree. There was a woman who was parked on the street underneath the tree, and she had to actually duck underneath the tree. She got into her car on the passenger side, closed it, ducked back out underneath, completely unaware. There was even a man riding a bicycle. He saw a dollar bill on the ground, so he stopped and he picked that up, but didn't even notice all the dollar bills above him. Kind of amazing what can be going on in your surroundings when we're completely unaware. Now, I will say that there were some people in Chicago who did see the money on the tree, and so they walked up, they took a couple of dollars, and there were some particularly good Samaritans because some people then even stood off to the side and flagged other passerbyers down and said, "Hey, look at this." They wanted to make sure that they saw them, and so they would come and take a couple dollars as well. Now, are you starting to wonder what you may have been missing in your surroundings? It's really astounding, given the fact that, as I said, roughly 50% of the time, we're we're not paying attention to what's going on around us. So I would encourage you all, the next time that you're waiting at an L station or walking down the street and pushing branches out of your face, to just take a moment and to look around and see what you may be